Call me Dave. Do another one, shall we? Let's have a bit of fun. Hey, right. Yeah, last night, me and the missus, we had a nice bottle of wine. We thought, have a nice Cantonese meal. You know what I mean? Cantonese is quite nice. Honestly, that was the fucking dog's bollocks. No, honestly, that was the fucking dog's bollocks. Cantonese. So, we had Cantonese neighbours once. Every time we kicked the ball over the fence, we had to go and get the fucking dog back. So, that could bear, isn't it? I was at work. I called the missus. She said the BT man came this afternoon. I said, what the fuck did you do to him? She said there was lots of drilling and poking around and he found the issues. He said he's never seen a box so old and damaged as this one, and he had to stick a new one in. But it was smaller than the one I'm used to. I said, the dirty bastard. I said, look, I know I said things would be better between us if we had more sex, but I meant with me. You know what I mean? Not the fucking BT man. Anyway, I'm making some breakfast this morning, and she snapped at me. As they do. You'll find this out, fellas. And you, dick. She said, don't leave the lid off the fucking cereal. That'll go dry. I said, there's fucking dry oats. It's going to be dry anyway. You know what I mean? I said, if I was you, dear, I'd try and stay moist myself and don't dry out. Not getting any younger. You know what I mean? Jesus. A little while later, she said, I'm getting a bit older now. She said, do you want me to look nice, don't you? Do you know what I said? I'm not going to tell you. She said, will you buy me a facelift? I said, that's fucking expensive, that. I said, but it's worth it if I can fucking improve that. She said, but what if the one underneath is fucking worse than the one you got? I don't know if it's worth the fucking risk, do you? Yeah. My mate's partner, she said to him, she said, why don't you get your name tattooed on my name tattooed on your arm? And he said to her, look, there's no need. He said, look, I've got a scar on my arsehole that looks just like you. Have a look. I love funny words. And my mum used to say to me, you're talking a load of codswallop. What the fuck is that? Sounds like I got smacked in the face with a wet fish. I said, maybe that's the punishment for talking bollocks. Load of old codswallop with a wet fish. Talking bollocks. I think women should talk more about bollocks. Men's nuts. And they're strange looking things, aren't they? Wrinkly. Horrible. Like this. Wrinkly and shaped like little rugby balls. They're not meant to be kicked about though, girls, you know. Although you can hold and caress them if you want to. Strange looking things. I went in the kitchen at work the other day and I said, we need some more stuff for the lady in our secluded area. And he said, bowls. I said, no, honestly, I need to get some food, you know. Bowls. Talking about bowls, I'm not impressed with God. Serious. I mean, when he was, well, whoever invented this universe, when he was making us, and he made our private bits, why did he pick those things? Is that the best he could come up with? Well, it's the best thing I can fucking come up with. But honestly, they're ugly looking things, aren't they? Both of them. You know, I know they come together. Well, you'd hope they do. But they're not pleasing to the eye, are they? Or the nose, you know, keep them clean. Fucking hell. That jigsaw puzzle would have fit better, you know. My mate said, you're good with words. What's a wazzock? And I said, that sounds like a very musical penis. And he said, that is in fact an idiot. And I said, you're a cheeky fucker. Do you know that? And I said, but you're right, I'm not a complete idiot. Some bits are still missing. And someone said, what's gobbledygook? I said, that's what happened when my ex-girlfriend gave a blowjob to the Vietnamese man from the fish and chip shop. And I said, he liked a good portion. And he said, well, at least they've got something in common then. And so does she. You know what I mean? And what's a nincompoop? Sound like a fucking ninja warrior with the shits. Holy shit. That's his name. And someone said, what do you think about Trump? I said, I don't like the smelly ones. That's what you call a fart, isn't it? What do you think about Trump? I don't like it if it smells, but that sounds funny. My mate said, poppycock. And what's that? He said, that's when you mainline heroin in that little hole at the end of your bell end. I said, that sounds painful. I won't be fucking trying that anytime soon. I'll have a glass of wine if you don't mind. Jesus. My mum used to say, clean your fucking pigsty. It's all higgledy-piggledy. I said, Mum, there's no farm animals in the bloody room. It's just me, a baboon, you know. The word bamboozled. That's like you got hit when her tits were swinging. Bamboozled. Whoosh. You know what I mean? Flabbergasted. That's what you feel like after you've had a gastric band fitted. Flabbergasted. Someone said, what's a kerfuffle? I was like, I don't know. What do these words mean, Mum? She went, that's a load of old tosh. I went, what does that fucking mean? My dad used to make a mistake or an error. He said, I made a boob. I was like, why is that a bad thing? Boobs are lovely. You know, they make a nice pillow, lads, you know. I made a boob. I sucked a boob. I flicked a boob. I took my mum to Asda once. We were in a hurry. There was a special on. She said, Dave, will you slow this down around these fucking corners? Your driving's a bit erotic. I said, that's erratic, Mum, not erotic. I haven't got Barry White playing with me cock out, have I? That's erotic. We went to parked in the mother and child space. Well, I had to. She's my mum, isn't she? You know what I mean? Apparently, before giving me a strip wash, this is a bit ominous herself, my grandma used to say, I'm going to give you a lick and a promise. Now, what the fuck does she say that for? Apparently, it means a careless wash or a fast wash. That sounds like something you'd say to your missus just before you make love, isn't it? On a lick and a promise. You know. Well, I do. Do you? Okay, now he's an ugly sod, isn't he? I bought this mask as an old face mask. I put it on and that looked younger than me. My friend just bought a new dog. £2,000. 2,000. You could buy a fucking car for that or a good woman. I said, what is it? He said, it's a cockapoo. I said, a cock a what? That sounded like a gay orgy to me. He's only called the dog Malcolm. Cockapoo. I'd have washed that off. My mate bought a dog. Seriously. It's a cross between a Japanese Shih Tzu and a bulldog. It's a fucking bullshitter. Truth. Today we had heavy rain. I went out and got a bucket load. I couldn't lift it off the floor. Fucking heavy, really heavy rain that was. Heavy rain. It's the same fucking weight, isn't it? I bumped into my ex-girlfriend yesterday. I didn't mean to. I weren't fucking paying attention to the road. She shouted, watch out, you ugly twat, just as I shouted it at her. When I was with her, she was a belly dancer. Now her fucking tits cover it. I almost ran into her last month. I'd have got her too if she hadn't jumped in the back of that geezer's car at the local dogging group. She fits in there. So did most of them. Twats. Some sayings get me. 2 wrongs don't make a right. Tell that to the fucking government. Hundreds of wrongs don't make a fucking right either. So the government, pull your socks up and for God's sake put the bills down. We're trying to live here. Someone said, you let the cat out of the bag. I said, someone call a fucking RSPCA. Don't put animals in bags. He said, people with little dogs in there, they need to move. We're all supposed to move around, you know. We're made to move. I was all loved up last night. I said to my partner, how would you like a nice romantic walk in the forest under a full moon? She went, oh, that sounds so nice. So romantic. I said, good, it's your turn. Take the fucking dog for a walk. The romance was dead, eh? Fuck it down. I nearly was. Yeah, time for a quick slurp. What? I haven't always been an academic, you know. Today, after 5 years, I've finally finished reading my first book. Hey! I'll start reading another one tomorrow. I was up half of the night last night. I heard the local Labour Party candidate was visiting the area today. I was trying to get the fucking welcome letters off the mat, you know? Bastard. Yeah. Me mum. Yeah, lovely lady. She used to be a heavy smoker. She's lost a bit of weight since then. So my mum was having trouble giving up smoking. And she said, I've tried everything. Carrot sticks. You know, gum. Patches. I said, patches? Have you tried patches? She said, they didn't work. I said, you're using them the wrong way. She said, what do you mean? I said, well, you get one patch, you put it over this eye. You get another patch, you put it over this fucking eye. And you can't find your fags. Da-da. You know what I mean? My daughter was learning about the moon landers at school. Spooky subject. She said, I wish I'd been shot into space. I said, if your mother hadn't been pissed that night, you fucking would have been. You know what I mean? Terrible. Shouldn't say that one, should I? I need a slap for that fucker, don't I? Anyway, she's a good girl. Bit older now, thank God. She never did get shot in the place. My mate had an argument with his missus, and he got on a blower. He called me up. He said, what do I do? She said she wanted some space. I said, lock her in the fucking garden. He said, what? I said, lock her in the garden. She soon come back in. I was fucking freezing out there this time of night. Don't try that at home, will you? I'm a comedian. This is a fucking joke. I was with this girl once, and she was a kickboxer. We were in bed after making love, and we're just talking and cuddling like you do, you know. She said, do I like animals? I said, yeah, I love animals. She said, good. She gave me a fucking rabbit punch. I asked my mate how he's doing. And he said, can I ask you something? He said, what's your relationship like? He said, well, mine's not so great. He said, my missus is great in bed until I fucking get in, you know. He said, then she's so cold and frigid, when she opens up her legs, a little light comes on inside a minge. It's like, bloody hell. I said, you need to try something new. I said, you got to spice things up. He only put cayenne pepper on a vibrator. What a twat. I said, well, at least don't get her moving. Good hell. It minges on fire. I had a blood test recently, and the boss at work wanted to see me about it. He said, I said to him, my blood plasma levels were high and my hemoglobin levels were low. And she said, well, that's quite common actually. I suffer with that. It's because I don't eat red meat. I said, that's not really the same thing, boss. I'm sure that's iron you're talking about. I said, by the look on your miserable face, you don't like any kind of fucking meat, do you? She ain't been getting any meat, lady. I was at work the other day. Someone shouted out, holy shit. I said, don't tell me the vicar's got fucking diarrhea again. Holy shit. Mrs. just told me that one of her friends is going to an orgy tonight. She said, I didn't know she had it in her. I said, give her a few hours and she'll have it. She'll definitely have it in her. She'll have quite a few, the dirty cow. When I was young, I was a boxer. That was good fun. But my fucking face looked like a baboon's arse most of the time, you know? Fucking punching in the fucking face. Hence the fucking mask. It stings quite a bit and all, I tell you. Got my nose, look, it's hanging off. I remember my last fight. I was like heavyweight then, too many pies, I know. The other bloke hit me that hard, I had to fucking pay to get back in. If you're going to be a boxer though, you've got to have a good name, ain't you? Tommy Hitman Hearns, Marvellous Marvin Hagler, Iron Mike Tyson, khaki arse Dave didn't really seem to suit me. Fucking hell. You never lose it. Not the boxing anyway, everyone shot to bits. Got to have a quick one. Unusual for me, but a quick one. I was on the phone to my insurance company the other day. Change of vehicle. I'll get my new motorbike on there, you know. Have a spin. I was speaking to Peter from Asia. He clearly wasn't called fucking Peter, but he seemed like a nice guy at the beginning, so I went with it. He asked for the number plate. I said, M. He said, N for Nigeria. I said, no. M. He said, N for Norwich City. I said, no, M. You know, M for Minge. He went, what is this Minge? I do not know Minge, my friend. I said, oh, fucking hell, you one of them, are you? I said, M, Mike, in the phonetic alphabet. Fucking hell. They had me car nicked. He said, alarmed. I said, I'm not too fucking pleased about it. I took the missus to hospital a few weeks back, and they wanted a swab for MRSA or something. And the lady was obviously South American. And she gave her this swab. She said, please swab your mouth, and then go behind that curtain and swab your cha-cha. I said, what? She said, swab your cha-cha. Oh, cha-cha? She pointed at the missus Fanny. I went, oh, a beaver. I said, you're going to need a bigger swab than that, love. She'll have an extra large one. She said, what do you mean? I said, well, she came on once during a Pink concert. I had to wrap a bandage around a fucking can of Coke. I don't think she understood what I was saying, to be honest. Bandage around a can of Coke. My friend at school, Ian, his dad was a farmer. He was always working. He said to his dad, come home and spend some time with the rest of us kids. And Mum, you're hardly ever at home. You're out there ploughing all day, every day. He said, I need to get my fields ready for the corn, son. He said, but I'll be home later. Tell your mum not to worry. I'll be fucking ploughing her meadow tonight. You know what I mean? Old Farmer Giles, you don't miss a trick. Yeah, but my friend's sister was born without a vagina. She couldn't give a fuck. And my other mate, his brother was born with 2 penises. He said, like I could give 2 fucks. I said, you could. You fucking could. Anyway, like I could give 2 fucks. Yeah, one in each hole. You know, earlier on, I went to the Kermit for a shite earlier. I ran out of toilet roll and I'd used the fucking Sun newspaper. I wiped myself and I looked and there was more shit come off the paper. So what's wrong with the bloody media these days? Endless drivel. Yeah, it's something about me that you won't believe. You won't fucking believe this. I'm a virgin. That's true. A fucking virgin. I changed over from Sky a few fucking weeks back. The channels were crap, weren't they? Well, they're not. They're right, you know. Fucking virgin. Yeah. Well, for me and my friend Cock here, have a good evening. And if you get to see one of these, you're lucky. If I stood up like that, you're very lucky. If it's got a face like that, maybe not. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.